Hello, mates. Building an empire is no accident. For Tommy Shelby, every move is calculated, every risk measured. This is the story of how a war-torn soldier transformed the streets of Birmingham into his dominion, brick by brick, deal by deal. Tommy's empire began in the back alleys of Birmingham, built on grit, ambition, and a name that carried weight. But for Tommy, petty gains were never enough. We don't just want to survive, we want to own it. Streets, factories, politics, everything. The first step in Tommy's blueprint was consolidating control at home. Family was his foundation, loyalty his currency. Tommy knew that dominance required expansion. Every rival eliminated, every deal struck brought him closer to his vision of power. You give me your men and your territory, or I'll leave you nothing but regrets. With each conquest, Tommy wasn't just building an empire. He was crafting a legend. Tommy's greatest weapon wasn't a razor blade, it was his mind. He saw opportunities where others saw obstacles and played allies and enemies alike to his advantage. You let me use your factory, and I'll make sure your workers stay happy. Or you can say no and find out what unhappiness really looks like. Deals were struck not with trust, but with leverage. For Tommy, power was a game of who needed who more. Montage of Peaky blinders instilling fear in their rivals, razor blade attacks, burning warehouses, and whispered threats. Tommy understood that power is perception. Fear was as valuable as money, and reputation was the backbone of his empire. The Shelby name became more than a family. It became a symbol. And symbols, Tommy knew, were harder to kill than men. Tommy's vision didn't stop at the streets. He knew that true power lay in the institutions, politics, law, and the economy. You back me in Parliament, and I'll make sure your opposition never finds the dirt they're looking for. Politics wasn't a departure from crime. It was an evolution of it. Tommy played the game better than anyone else. Every empire is built on risk, Paul. Ours is no different. Loyalty was both Tommy's greatest strength and his greatest weakness. Balancing trust and betrayal was a constant tightrope walk. Every blueprint has its flaws. For Tommy, the cost of building his empire was measured in lives lost, relationships broken, and the scars of his own soul. Success demanded sacrifices, and for Tommy Shelby, the line between ambition and obsession began to blur. Tommy Shelby's empire wasn't just built on deals and blood. It was built on vision. He saw the future, and he made it his. But every empire stands on fragile ground. The question remains, how long can Tommy's blueprint withstand the storms to come? Tommy sits at his desk, lighting a cigarette. The map of Birmingham lies before him, but this time it's marked with threats as well as victories. He exhales, the smoke curling around him like a shroud. Thomas Shelby didn't just build an empire, he built a legacy. But legacies, like empires, are always one step away from collapse. This is the genius and the tragedy of Tommy Shelby. Subscribe to Shelby Secrets and learn more from the mind of Thomas Shelby and other icons who know how to dominate life. Cheers, mates.